afternoon, boomers. Today I'm going to be reviewing the most successful fast food chain in the country. You guessed it, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is one of the most successful and influential fast food chains in America. They are the most frequented fast food restaurants in 38 out of 50 states, according to a study by Business Insider and Foursquare. Plus, QSR Magazine released a report that the average Chick-fil-A makes about $4.4 million in sales per year, which is 1.7 million more than second place, which is Whataburger. In fact, Chick-fil-A makes more per restaurant than McDonald's, Subway, and Starbucks combined, and that's considering that they're closed on Sundays. So if you're looking for an awesome investment opportunity, then Chick-fil-A seems like a no-brainer. But is it? Here are 5 facts you should know before buying one of these chicken franchises. They don't call people who run its restaurants franchisees. Chick-fil-A is big into control, and they're also very religious, and they want you to share in those beliefs. They call their people operators, which helps signify their role in the company. They don't own or receive any equity in their business. The company picks the restaurant's location and then owns the restaurant. Franchisees cannot sell their locations or pass them on to the next generation, nor can they own multiple locations, which can limit a franchisee's potential profits. So if you have intention of buying a franchise you can later sell, Chick-fil-A is not for you. On the positive side, Chick-fil-A pays almost all of the startup fees. They choose a location, they buy the real estate, they construct the restaurant, and they purchase the equipment. All you have to pay is a $10,000 franchise fee. Contrast this with McDonald's, where you'll need at least $1 million to get a restaurant up and running, or Culver's, where you could need more than $4 million. Chick-fil-A's impossibly low price tag helps make it accessible, even despite its irregular business model and low acceptance rates, and it's part of what makes it so successful. So Chick-fil-A makes it very clear up front, if you're thinking of getting a restaurant solely because it's a good investment or because it could help you transition to something else down the road, then the company isn't interested in letting you run one of its restaurants. Instead, according to its website, the Chick-fil-A franchise opportunity requires that the individual be free of any other active business ventures and operate the restaurant on a full-time, hands-on basis. This philosophy might help Chick-fil-A reach its potential at each location, but it also means that you won't be able to work on any other projects. Chick-fil-A insists on being your sole focus, not a passive income stream or part of your portfolio. Chick-fil-A is expanding. They are now focusing their growth opportunities to 28 states, and I've got them listed in my blog. It's a wide-ranging list. So unless you live in Alaska or Hawaii, it's likely there could be an opportunity near you. You can learn more about potential locations either by applying or attending an operator event. But let me tell you this, Chick-fil-A is very picky. It is not easy to get a Chick-fil-A franchise. According to AOL, the company only accepts about 75 to 80 new franchises every year, despite the fact that it receives around 20,000 applications on an annual basis. That means about 0.4% of applicants get approved. By contrast, Harvard Business School accepted 11% of its applicants for the class of 2019. In other words, Harvard Business School accepts 27 times more of its applicants each year than Chick-fil-A. With that in mind, consider your own history before applying. Do you have a strong background in business? Will your references give you powerful recommendations? What will make you stand out from everyone else? So what can you make owning a Chick-fil-A? I know they have lines out the parking lot every time I drive by, and I think, man, they must be making a fortune. And everybody thinks they want to own a food franchise. They assume that food franchise owners are the biggest moneymakers. But according to Franchise Business Review report, 51.5% of food franchises earn profits of less than $50,000 a year, and only about 7% have profits over $250,000. The average owner's profit for all franchise restaurants in a recent report was $82,000. So only a small number of food franchises have high earnings, and many owners find themselves struggling or find that they've just bought themselves a job, full-time, 80-hour-a-week job. Keep in mind, if you're looking at a very established franchise, you will in all likelihood get leftovers in the terms of territory. In the majority of situations, the owners making the most money are in the locations that opened up long ago and received the best territories. More worrisome, if you plan on being an absentee owner, you'll have to have systems in place to keep a close eye on spoilage and employee theft, which are the two biggest profit margin killers in the food industry. The single highest grossing food franchise on the QSR 50 is Chick-fil-A. They average $4.16 million annually on an investment of only $10,000. That's gross. Keep in mind, they have a very different franchise model than other franchises, and owners do not receive a traditional revenue split and even ownership of the store. You'll earn a solid six figures, have limited risk, be part of a solid organization with traditional values, but you do not own your store or gain any equity. And it's very difficult to get a Chick-fil-A restaurant. So keep that in mind. That's all for today, Boomers. Have a good one. Brian Tong, Boomer Life out.